Hi guys, how you guys doing? Sorry I can't be there today, but I'll see you guys definitely tomorrow. So today what we're going to be doing is solving proportions using cross products, which we've done before. Um, so one of the things that you guys definitely have to do today is take notes on your paper. The substitute teacher should have given you guys the piece of paper to take notes on. What you guys should definitely do is for every single problem, I want you guys to pause, do the work, show work, and then check your answer. Continue your notes after doing the work. Hopefully you guys understand, and I will definitely tell you when to pause. As soon as you guys are done with the work, again, just continue with the video. So, today what we're going to be doing is 14.4, solving proportions. Now, we kind of did it yesterday for easy problems. But let's get a little review of what we've done. Here's your two now. Number one, write a proportion to find how many points a student needs to score on the test to get the given score. How am I supposed to do a problem like letter A? Well, one of the things you guys should look at is percents. Percent always mean out of 100. So you want to figure out how many points you can get out of 80 to get 80%. How to do that? Well, first of all, 80% as a fraction. 80% means 80 out of 100. So again, 80% means 80 out of 100. So how would you write a proportion to figure out how many points you get at 80 to get 80%? Well, if there's 80 problems in the test, we blank over 80 equals to 80 over 100. I know this particular problem is confusing because there's two 80s, but 80% means 80 out of 100. And since the test is worth 80 points, it's out of 80, so you put x over 80. So, I want you guys to try to do letter B on your own. Please press pause now. Now, very similar to what you guys did on part A, a test is worth 150 points. The test score is 96%. So how are you supposed to set up a proportion for that? Well, if you guys recall, 96% means 96 out of 100. How would you complete the proportion? Well, how much is this test worth? It is worth 150 points. So 150 should go in the bottom. And you want to figure out how many problems you can get correct to get 96%. So you put an X there. Let's go to the next problem. So for the next three problems, it says this: solve the missing variable and the proportion mentally. Now these are easy proportions to solve because either you multiply top and bottom by the same number or divide the top and bottom by the same number. And number two, I want to solve for D by multiplying the numerator and denominator by 4. So D will equal to 32. For number 3, very similar. What times 7 will equal 14? So I know it's times 2 here. So you have to multiply the 2 in the bottom. So what does Z have to equal to? Z would have to equal to 5. For number 4, what do you have to multiply to the top and bottom? Well, you're not multiplying. How do you get from 24 to 8? You're actually going to divide the top and bottom by 3. So, what does x have to equal to? 7. So these are easy proportions because you can easily solve these by either multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same number or dividing the numerator and denominator by the same number. So what we're going to be doing next is trying to solve problems that you can't so easily do mentally. Not so difficult. So let's go to the next slide. So if you guys don't recall, proportions are equal ratios. So we know 3 to 5 equals 6 to 10 because we can multiply 3 to 5, the top and bottom, by 2 to get 6 to 10. Well, if you guys also don't recall, another thing you should know about proportions is cross products. If you cross multiply the numbers 5 times 6 and 3 and 10, they will actually equal to each other. So we're going to use proportions, we're going to use cross products to help you solve proportions using this method. Because whenever I cross multiply, they equal to each other. And there's some other factors that you guys should also remember, which will go on with the next problem. So if you guys look at number 1, W to 6 equals 6 to 9. I want to solve for W. Now, some of you guys could probably do this mentally, but how would you solve this using cross products? So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to cross multiply. I'm going to cross multiply W9. So what's 9 times W? If you don't remember from your algebra, W times 9 is 9W. So the next thing I'm going to do is cross multiply 6 and 6. So what is 6 times 6 equal to? Well, that will equal to 36. So let's pause for a second. 9 times W is 9W. 6 times 6 is 36. This looks like an algebraic equation. 9W equals 36. How would I figure out, how would I show work to figure out what W is equal to? If you guys don't recall, what you do is you divide both sides by 9, and then W will eventually equal to 4. Yes, you definitely have to show me the work in solving. Yes, you have to show me division of 9. It doesn't take that much work. So let's start with number 2. Now number 2, you could do the exact same thing. You can multiply 10 times A. You can multiply 12 times 15. But I'm going to tell you a little clue. One of the things you guys should know is, if possible, if you see ratios that can be simplified, you should definitely simplify them. So what I want to do is simplify 12 and 10. So I know 2 goes into 12 and 10, so that becomes a 6. This becomes a 5. So now, to make it easier for me, I'm going to cross multiply now. So 5 times A is 5A. 6 times 15 equals to 90. So what I'm going to do now is divide both sides by 5. And therefore, A will eventually equal to 18. Okay. I hope that you guys get this. Let's see what you guys get next. Okay. I see this problem. I want you guys to try to do this. I want you guys to pause the video. As soon as you guys are done with it, continue with the video. So go ahead and pause right now. So what I should have done is cross multiplied. 3y equals to 9 times 17 is equal to 153. So I cross multiplied. 3 times w is 3w. 17 times 9 is 153. So what I'm going to do now is divide both sides by 3. And therefore y is equal to 51. Again, cross multiplying, you could have used the multiplication method or division method to figure out what y is. But remember, the cross multiplication method also works. Let's do number 4. Go ahead and do number 4 right now. Please pause. So to do number 4, I'm going to cross multiply. I'm going to multiply x times 10, which is 10x. I'm going to multiply 8 times 7, which is 56. The next thing I'm going to do is divide both sides by 10. So x will eventually equal to 5.6. Let's look at number 5. Well, looking at number 5, what I'm going to say to myself mentally is, can I simplify any of my ratios to make it easier on me? So I notice I can simplify 6 to 10. This becomes if I divide both top and bottom by 2, the 6 becomes a 3, the 10 becomes a 5. So now what I'm going to do is cross multiply. X times 5 is 5x. 25 times 3 equals 75. Divide both sides by 5. X will eventually equal to 15. Okay. Let's go to the next problem. Try to do this on your own. Please press pause now. So I'm going to solve this problem by first seeing if I can simplify. 2 to 9, I can't simplify that. So what I'm going to do simply is cross multiply. 2 times d is 2d. 9 times 3 is 27. I'm going to divide both sides by 2. D equals to 13.5. Okay, let's go to number 7. Again, I want you guys to solve this on your own. Please press pause now. Now, the way that I'm going to approach this again is see if I can simplify any of my ratios. Now, I discovered that I can't simplify any of my ratios. 3 to 4 is in simplest form already. So I'm simply going to cross multiply. 4 times b is 4b. 10 times 3 is 30. The next thing I'm going to do is divide both sides by 4. If I calculate it and do my work, b will eventually equal to 7.5. Okay, the last problem that we're going to be doing is number 8. We're going to do the exact same thing. Do this on your own first. Please press pause now. So I'm going to approach this now by seeing if I can simplify into my fractions, my ratios. I can't. So I'm going to cross multiply. 6 times c is 6c. 15 times 5 is 75. I'm going to solve for C now. I'm going to divide both sides by 6. And therefore, C will eventually equal to 12.5. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys took good notes. Hopefully everything was copied in your notes. If you have any questions, certainly ask me tomorrow. So at this point, if you really truly understand how to do these problems, go ahead and start your homework now. I'll see you guys tomorrow.